grain production and expanding food processing capabilities. In one study, we are examining the commercial potential for growing rapeseed and extracting rapeseed oil. In another, we are studying the potential for deploying advanced systems for processing wheat. Meanwhile, expanding grain output depends on access to fertilizer. So, in the industrial plant sector, we are conducting a feasibility study for a nitrogen fertilizer plant. Kazakhstan is rich in naturally occurring herbs of dietary and medical value. Last year, we conducted a field survey and feasibility study here in regard to gathering and processing those herbs on a sustainable basis. The findings are promising, and we will begin exports to Japan this year. Of course, we also remain active in automotive components. We are conducting a feasibility study for a possible joint venture with a private sector partner here to produce batteries. As a member of Toyota Group, we have a strong commitment to supporting conscientious manufacturing in every way possible. We will fulfill that commitment here in the best spirit of Japanese manufacturing. That means doing everything possible to provide customers with raw materials, with components, and with finished products that meet their highest expectations. And that is what we will be doing in all the projects that we undertake in this nation. Every project presents a unique set of challenges. We in Japan draw on the full range of resources to address those issues from a broad perspective. And we hope to enjoy the continuing support of the government here in maximizing the value of our Kazakhstan's projects. In closing, let me reaffirm our deep appreciation for all the assistance that we have received here from government agencies, from private sector companies, and from countless individuals. We at Toyota Tsusho share your great expectations of this nation, and we are proud to be taking part in fulfilling those expectations. You have charted a sound path for development with your strategic vision for the year 2020. Our projects here are stepping stones on that path. We look forward to striding forward with you into the exciting future that lies in store for this great nation. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for your view of Kazakhstan, and I'm very impressed of your clear strategy and means to produce products here, which you know, like batteries. It's an aim for you and for Kazakhstan and also for other companies to be successful in this business. But I think for Kazakhstan it's very important to know that you are in this field active, and you will help them to modernize their industrial basic from the what so-called old economy to the new economy, at least, to the future. Thank you very much again. So I have the message that Mr. Keshev will be here in some minutes, but I think we should continue our program here. Mr. Reinke from Germany, a colleague, we can speak German, but it's not good for you, so he is able enough to speak English. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And even if I am from Germany, I'm actually living in Dubai and taking care of Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa from there. So happy to be here with you. Allow me today to address the practical and business side of innovation and talk about innovation in DuPont or Dupont. 210 years ago, Mr. Dupont de Nemours came to the US out of France, and the reason was he had to escape the French Revolution. And he was a chemist. He was a student of Lavoisier, and he had to start a business in the US. And what was better than creating black powder? Black powder as an explosive was necessary to build roads, to develop an emerging America, to build the railroad that is famous and was part of the development of that country. So the US was very much in a state that was far behind where Kazakhstan is today. And so we can relate to the development, and we were part of that development in the US since 210 years now. Since we started this black powder production, we did that for 100 years. Quite a long time, and a good business over time. But we had to innovate ourselves. The reason for that was simple. There were other new things coming into the market, TNT, other explosives, and all of a sudden we were not unique anymore. We had to innovate ourselves, and the idea was we have worked at black powder is nothing else than chemistry. We have to go further in chemistry and build a laboratory. Very similar to what we heard from Korea, we started beginning of the last century to build an experimental station that is still there today. And from there we started to look into organic chemistry, and we came out with fantastic products that I believe you all know, like nylon, neoprene, Teflon, Kevlar, all still around today, and only around because we were able to innovate over the last century and decade further, make other things out of it, things that people basically needed. We have done all that from our belief that we have to be very clear and safe. An explosive business is dangerous. So from that point of view, we thought we have to, or the owners thought they have to apply certain values. Safety and health, environmental stewardship, ethical behavior, respect for people have driven the evolution in a way also that the owners had their own premises next to the powder plant that could explode at every minute and impact themselves. We have learned very humbly that it is important to keep your assets clean and running well and to support your people in all this situation. That has gone with us all the time, and we apply that still today. The values have not changed, our company has, and it has transformed this foundation to something that is today very, very different. We advance our strategic priorities to position our company for continued long-term success as a market-driven science company. So we don't define ourselves anymore as a chemical company. The most strategic step changes in the recent time were the sale of the carbohydrate source Phillips Conoco in the 1990s, the acquisition of Pioneer, a worldwide leading seed company, about a decade ago, and in 2011 the purchase of Danisco, the worldwide most advanced company for food ingredients and enzymes, for $6.5 billion. So today more than 1/3 of our actual revenues are contributed by agriculture, food and nutrition. Enzyme technology supported the recent add-on portfolio from Danisco and allows us today to derive base chemicals for advanced polymer materials increasingly from renewable sources rather than from oil, contributing to a lesser dependency on fossil fuels, which can be utilized in a better way than being burned or wasted. The third focuses on protecting lives and environment through materials as well as services to improve process and personal safety, and last but not least, to provide consulting to reduce the environmental footprint through process optimization. Together with agriculture, these activities are now our main business focus, actually here in Kazakhstan. When we talk about innovation, we talk about also inclusive innovation, and that was a point you were asking for. Inclusive means we're open to work with partners, to share what we know, to learn from them, to come out together with something that is better. That is very practical. It's not very theoretical. In the recent 20 years, we have transformed DuPont into a market-driven science company with a major presence in agriculture, food, advanced materials, with a substantial opportunity in biotechnology. We regard our company today as a science-powered company to address the world's greatest challenges in the three areas of food, energy and protection, and we are coming very close to what we just heard from you in Toyota, and we are working well together in innovation and open innovation in Japan, as I know. At DuPont, we distinguish between invention and innovation. These two terms are very often mixed up. Invention creates a kind of wonder or an opportunity where there is an eureka moment where people say, wow, I didn't know that this works. Innovation creates value and is market and needs oriented. It's really working with people and with others. Invention can be done by an individual or a team in a closed shop. Innovation in the 21st century requires collaboration of companies across borders and sectors of science. DuPont has a central experimental station in the US in Wilmington, Delaware, with many thousand scientists. We believe in the campus, having the creativity of scientists of many sectors together working in walking distance and having the opportunity to constantly exchange. What we do here is basically invention and some innovation as well. But we want the application development coming either from the inventions or from the expansion from existing technology being very close to our customers in all key markets across the world. DuPont partners therefore with research and technology institutions worldwide to continuously innovate and improve our products and really benchmark them on the market needs in exchange for material technology know-how and solution capability that we have accumulated over the last 200 years. Gone are the days where a company could finance researchers working in isolation from markets and could assume to finally find customers for its great inventions. We were lucky. It worked 100 years ago. It doesn't do it anymore. The model of the 20th century does not work anymore in a modern and highly innovative world. We have a concept of innovation centers. Those centers enable customers and local decision makers to experience the innovation power of DuPont science